Is that what it is?
Welcome into the Toyota Lounge. This is the DNVR Avalanche pregame show powered by your Front Range Toyota dealerships and brought to you by Coors Light and Bet365. It's game 4, a matinee game. Madness in the roster as Nikolai Kovalenko has been called up and is taking warm-ups
in place of Yoel Kiviranta.
So it's happening.
We said this is what it was going to take.
Someone getting hurt or sick or whatever. Yeah.
Something
Hopefully
is up.
it's not a disease, you know what I mean, that everyone all of a sudden is like the Eustace or the, you know what I mean, like, God, we'll just...
I will tell you this, there is a zero chance Jared Bednar took Kiviranta willingly out of the lineup at this point in the series.
I mean, you're talking about this.
He's been great. He's been great.
You have gotten the best hockey out of him all season in this series.
Oh, yeah, no, he's been playing good. And again, I'm his biggest critique, but he's been playing good.
I think you might be his second biggest critic.
I think it's you, is it? Yeah, okay. So I follow your coattail, but
between the two of us,
but he's been
not
good.
a fan.
But he has been good. And that's what I always say.
He's been great.
Sometimes you just need some. There's a couple guys injured, then he jumped in, and he was great. So we'll see what happens.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Beyond that, though, it's a matinee game. The Avs have the opportunity to go up 3-1 in the series. It's like this game is like that meme where it's the kid and the fork in the road to the shiny white castle and the like dark, thunderous, evil castle. On one side, you go up 3-1 in the series. You get 3 chances to win the thing, including one at home. On the other side, you have a 2-2 series and you have a best of 3 where Winnipeg has home ice advantage.
Yep. Winning game 2 is all about, okay, you got a home ice advantage in the series. You have to win on home ice
to keep home ice advantage
in order to make that count.
Yep. It is how that works. So, I don't know. I'm not really sure what to expect of a matinee playoff game. It's the Avs' first one in like 20 years, basically. So, we'll see what we get. Eric, you ever play a matinee playoff game?
I'm trying to remember. I do believe so. You know what I mean? Like, I don't remember, not 12:30, maybe like
2 o'clock
2
or
3
something,
o'clock
yeah.
or 4 o'clock. Or again, it's always TV times, right, that dictate those things. And I don't know. I mean, I would be all messed up like at 7 this morning or 6:30. Am I eating a steak and broccoli, or am I like eating like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or am I eating eggs and bacon? And so it does play a little bit. And we've talked about it at length. It's guys are creatures of habits, and you know, it's all about your routine, and then you just do the math, right? So it's like, and believe it or not, it's all in the locker room too, because guys don't want to be thinking. So it's like it's on the board. You know what I mean? Like 3 hours before is this, and you know what I mean? Because usually you know when it's 7 o'clock game. Well, okay, I get there, I got my coffee at 4:25, I walk in at 4:36. You know what I mean? Like, so everything is written down now backwards. You know what I mean? Like, okay, on a 7 o'clock tilt, this is kind of when, and help guys out, because you don't want to be thinking. The last thing you want to do is think. You just want to execute, and it starts with your routine. So,
do you think that that's a small little boon for the Jets today, because they aren't thinking about the pressure of being down 3-1? They're not thinking about, oh my God, if we don't win this thing, we're going back to home ice. We're going back to Winnipeg potentially to finish our season. Do you think it's not like an advantage, but it helps them a little bit because they're not spending all day thinking about it. They're not spending. Normally they would be at morning skate right now.
That pressure doesn't build.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just hey, we just have to go out and play. We don't have time to mess with it.
You're right. I mean, that's a good point. It's a valid point, probably to a certain extent, right? For sure.
The Avs have a hunting mentality right now.
Yeah.
So I don't think it matters for them.
Yeah.
Daytime, nighttime,
12:30, 7:30.
Yeah.
They're here to hunt.
Yeah.
They're looking to put this series on the edge.
You definitely have a different mentality going into every game. I mean, if you look, and if you're a hockey fan, which I'm sure everybody on this chat is, like last night, you can tell Dallas, for example, like it's a different mentality in Vegas, right? Because you're up 2-0, the other one's down 2-0. Now you're going to overtime. We don't make that shot. We're down 3-0, and it's almost good night, Irene, right? You know what I mean? So it's a different mentality, and it doesn't mean that you take someone lightly. It's just that you are in a different boat, in a different situation. Just like you just alluded to. The Avs today are in a different boat. Like you said, maybe a hunting boat, you know what I mean? Where Winnipeg is in a holding pattern boat about like, okay, we can't go down
Weathering the
3-1,
storm
and you got to
boat,
weather the storm. We got to equal this thing, or else we're down 3-1. Then we're facing elimination. And once you're facing elimination, you're in a different boat now. And then the Avs are in a different boat too, because you're in a closing boat, right? I mean, it's every game is. But you're right. Maybe having a 12:30, maybe sometimes that helps you, because you don't have to think about it all day.
Look, I know short-term memory and all for pro athletes, but I think both these teams are aware of what happened to them last year. The Avs were up 2-1 in that Seattle series and didn't get the job done.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, Winnipeg last year lost 4 in a row after winning their first game of that series.
Yeah.
Well, we always say, like,
something's going to give.
Yeah, one of those things is not going to stay the same.
You always learn in losing, and those are parts of what you're learning, right? Like when you lose series, you always go back and you analyze it and you look at it.
Yeah.
Oh, we were up 2-1, and then it's that game 4 that we didn't. Again, last year was a little different because it was on the road, and this one's at home. But yeah, you learn over the years, and that's why your core group's so important. It's so important for the smell of your locker room, and I don't mean by the stinky gear, but the feeling good about yourself, or the aura of what the attitude is with the team.
Well, what is the aura of this game, E? What are your big keys for today?
And if anyone's new, like we said it, like I don't want people to say like, oh, they never say it. I'll say it again, and I'll say it every show. We're not putting it on the 3 keys that goaltending and special teams is. We all know it's huge. We all know it's a huge part of the game.
Goaltending and special teams are the door.
Exactly.
You need 3 keys to get in that door.
So we got to get in the door now. You know what I mean? Because I don't want people to think like, oh, they never say, Number 1 is control the ebbs and flows. And again, last night watching that, and I thought the Avs did a great job last game, is you're going to get punched in the mouth. You are. You're playing against good teams, including yourself. When you get punched, you got to punch back. And it's got to be done quick. That's why shifts after a goal are crucial. That's why PKs, PPs are crucial. Those are all big hits, big saves. It's all crucial to the ebbs and flows of a game. So if you lose it, get it back. Rinse and repeat from last game. I thought they were outstanding at it last game, and make a play. Make a play to control the ebbs and flows. Don't all of a sudden not get a puck out, then you're pinning your own end, and now you're down to 2 or 3 shifts in a row where you've lost it. Now you're in the flows, right? You're not in the ebbs. So number 2, live in the moment. Like you said, have the hunter mentality. So live in the moment. You're up 2-1. The moment is that you got to go out there and go and win home ice on home ice, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to win on the road, but damn, you got to win your home games. You've been unbelievable all year long on home ice. Go do it again tonight. Don't think too far ahead of the game or in the series. Focus on each task, every face-off. Know what's up. Know what's up. Confidence at all level. You're up 2-1. There's a reason for it, because you're the better team. Number 3, be disciplined in all areas. I think it's been pretty good for the Avalanche. Even for Winnipeg, you kind of feel bad in a sense in the third period. They were not like, it's not like they were retaliatory penalties. It was just like you stick it in the air. That's what I mean. The puck in the stands. Those are what nerves do to a guy. You know what I mean? You flip a puck all day long. You never put in the stands. All of a sudden you're nervous and you put in the stands, So face-offs, assignments in the D zone. Make sure neutral zone puck decisions are good. It's not there. Lay it soft. Go get it. No BLTs. So that's what being disciplined in all areas. You do that, Avs in good shape, matinee or not.
On Winnipeg side, no surprise, no Brenda Dillon. Unfortunate, but the reality of that situation for them means they have a bottom pairing of Stanley and Schmidt.
2 guys that are borderline NHL players anyway that they were rotating are now a bottom pairing.
Yep.
It
Talk
would be
about matchups.
Well, and it was akin to what the Avs were playing at the beginning of the series with Jack Johnson, Caleb Jones.
Yep.
Those are rotational guys that you want to talk about hunt. Whenever those guys are on the ice,
hunt those dudes.
Jared Bednar should be pushing that button.
Agreed.
And it's not just Mac or whatever. It could be Colton and Wood. Hunt, get on top of those guys.
Kovalenko getting in his first game.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, get him out there against those guys and be like, all right, cool, let's see.
You'd be like, the NHL ain't so hard against those guys.
I mean this. I mean this with all sincerity. I am not making fun of the guy, but there's rumors that Evan is in the bathroom puking right now. He's so nervous, because Kovalenko's playing.
I thought that was going to go a different way.
I love it. I love Evan. I'm saying that with a grain of salt, laughing, but he's going to be excited Kovalenko's playing.
He definitely is. You
So
also
shout
have
out to our buddy Evan.
no David Gustafson for the Jets today.
Yeah.
Yep.
That does not mean Cole Perfetti makes his debut in the
Axel
series.
Janssen Fjallby's in instead.
Axel Janssen Fjallby.
Again, they're going situational, right? Line up. They don't believe he's the fourth line guy. I mean, I get it. But sometimes, men, you overthink these things.
Just play the best player.
That's my point. Because you know what? You're one shot away from blocking a shot, then your second line winger is in the, all of a sudden he's out for the rest of the game. And what do you have? A 20-goal scorer right there on your bench. So, it makes a difference.
It does.
Hey, you can't make... No, actually, it doesn't work on that. So I was going to say you can't make a 20-goal scorer or a 50-goal scorer, but you sure can make a 50-goal scorer or a 20-goal scorer. You know what I mean? So that's...
You're talking about this?
Yeah.
I'm curious. They put Nino Niederreiter on the second line. They dropped Nick Ehlers to the Adam Lowry line. Is it really the right move? As much as we've been like, oh, right, you're shutting down Nathan MacKinnon. Like, Adam Lowry's breaking even in shot metrics with Nathan MacKinnon every game of this series, and now you put Nick Ehlers there. You take off the forechecking and the board work of Nino Niederreiter. You put Ehlers on that line. If you're still going to hard match Lowry and MacKinnon, you're in a worse position to do it.
Yep.
Now, you have a better chance to take advantage of that line being bad defensively because Ehlers is a very good offensive player.
Yep.
But I am really curious, these little changes that are being made right now to try and spark something for that offense, there are downsides to each of them. And the fact that they're still refusing with Cole Perfetti, guy who had 19 goals and 19 assists this year, and is a really creative offensive player.
He's probably hungry, too. I'm just saying.
Look, I played Cole Perfetti.
I like AJF. I think he's good, but he's a fourth-line guy. That's to try and help a penalty kill. That's not to try and score a goal.
Yep.
I think this is Rick Bowness saying we're trying to win 2-1.
Yep. I think you're correct on that. And I will say, don't take this game lightly at all. This is Winnipeg's first game in this series where they're going to be down in the series. They lose, they go to the brink of elimination.
Yeah.
You're going to get a cornered animal tonight a little bit, right? Like, hey, you got to survive some of the pushes that Winnipeg is going to come through. Barring a team that just completely collapses under the moment, they're going to press you on offense, and you're going to have to make quality defensive plays. You're going to need some quality saves throughout the night.
Well, that's why you have to push back. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to control, and you have to match the emotion and the passion level, right?
Yeah.
If not, be above them. Because you have swag and more, more confidence. But you can't just go out there on a Sunday. Well, it is Sunday. A rec game, you know what I mean, at men's league. You know what I mean? It's like, this is like, it feels a little weird. But you got to get out there knowing that dog-eat-dog mentality. You got to get out there and be the hardest. I mean, it sounds stupid, but you got to be the hardest working team. And the Avs, for all, usually are. They're a hard-working team. Yeah, they're talented, but they work, man. Those guys work. It's rare that you can fault the effort of the Avalanche.
Well, that's what the remaking of their entire bottom six from last year was about.
Yeah,
Ross
exactly.
Colton, Miles Wood, Zach Parise, Yakov Trenin, and Brandon Duhaime at the deadline.
Yeah.
Those are all guys where you're like, all right, what's one of the number one things that they do? They work in games. Yep. They just get to work. They grind it out. They play physical. They stay consistent. They're hard to play against.
All right. Let's get into who our eaters are going to be for the Circle K. Who's gonna eat Inner Circle Rewards? Eric, did you have yours in by 2 a.m.
Yes.
Since it's an early morning game here?
It was done yesterday, and I went back with my same as last game, and you guys can take them, but I'm going with the dog. The dog. I have to. Like, he was. I think we saw it. Like, he wasn't at his best. I mean, again, I can't believe I'm nitpicking. He was awesome. But he wasn't, like, out of this world. I do believe he's out of this world tonight. And I think he's the key factor. That's why he's my Circle K dog eater of the night.
Never a bad choice on home ice.
That's right.
To pick Nathan MacKinnon. There's no doubt about that. AJ? Me first? All right, I'll flip it on this one. I'll take Mikko tonight.
You son of a bitch.
And look, I think you started to see a little bit of it in Game 3. At least the high-end skill shining through with some of those passes Mikko was dishing out. You start to feel like he was at least getting into the series a little bit more than just coasting through and finding his way to points. He still needs to start putting pucks in the back of the net for the Colorado Avalanche.
It's wild that last year, 7-game series, Mikko Rantanen had 7 goals.
Yep.
This year, we're 3 games in. He's got 0 goals but 5 assists.
Yeah.
Mikko shit.
Yeah. Give me a Hattie today, man.
I'm in for that
I can
take
see
right
that.
there.
Give me a Mikko Hattie.
Just to continue throwing different looks at the Jets. Have Mikko be that guy tonight. Show them that you just have one too many weapons to stop.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. But who you got, AJ?
Well, I was going to take Mikko Rantanen because I said I was going to keep taking Mikko.
Timeout on
You
the
did
floor.
say that is
Timeout
true.
on the
And
floor.
you did say that.
Yeah, until he has one of those games. But since Rudo already took him, I guess I'm going with just the kid. I'm going to go with Nikolai
Why
Kovalenko.
not? Send it, bud.
He's in the lineup. He's getting a real job here.
Yep, third
'Cause
line.
He's playing on a line that has played a decent number of minutes, has been very effective, has been very locked into this series so far.
Is it like official now?
Yeah, he is playing alongside Miles Wood and Ross Colton for his NHL
Perfect.
debut.
Perfect.
So that's a great spot for him. I
Agreed.
mean, when we were talking about, where would you put him? This is where we would have put him to start things out.
Yep.
Perfect spot.
Yeah, I'm down with this. I hope he gets more than like 7 or 8 minutes and they don't rotate that spot in.
I would agree.
I hope they give him just a job. The way that he does that,
Let him play
be good
11, 12.
defensively.
Yeah, whatever
And he's
it
played.
is.
And he's played the last couple weeks,
Yeah,
right?
he's been playing with the
10
Eagles.
days,
He's
He's been
whatever.
great in the AHL.
Yeah,
And he's
he's
played in
been-
the playoff atmosphere, right? You know, the last couple games. So good for him. That's awesome.
He's been productive, been an impact guy. I'm gonna pick him. This is just wish casting. Just
So what? It's awesome.
go Covey, go do awesome shit. You're not thinking about the pressure of a 2-1, 3-1 series lead. You're thinking this is my NHL debut. I'm just trying to impress people.
What a story it'd be, too, if that guy comes up big for the Avs.
Do for the Avs what Ty Cartier did for the Kraken against the Avs last
There you
year.
go, yeah.
You come into a game in a big situation. You don't know what's going on around you. Just go in and score a goal. Bam!
Hockey's easy, man. Hockey's easy. Those are our eaters for this one. Make sure you're getting your game day snacks with Circle K. Get their Inner Circle Rewards program with that QR code on screen for amazing deals every single day. Go get with them. You can get up to 5 free Polar Pops when you sign up for those Inner Circle Rewards at CircleK.com/Inner Circle. It's going to be a fun one, boys. Let's get to my bets. I got the Avs covering, plus 155. I'm taking the over because it's a matinee game. Who knows what's going to happen. And a middle stat point is plus money after the other night so far in this series. That feels like good money right there for a Casey middle stat point on that second line. Look,
You're a day late.
I know. But you know what? You can get a point tonight, too.
I will allow it.
I think it'll be a very interesting game, given a lot of the weirdness going on.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a day game. Last minute Kovalenko coming in. Jets probably knew Brendan Dillon wasn't going to play at the end of last game, but still, some shakeups in their lineups as well. It's going to be a weird one. And you got to battle through the weirdness a little bit tonight, I think, if you're either team, to be honest.
Good chance that this is either really high scoring because the defenses aren't
Or
awake and can't tighten the screws.
There's 2 options here.
Right, or it's going to be sludge hockey, and it is 1-0, 2-1.
Yep.
The puck is bouncing, guys are falling down because nobody's locked in.
Yep.
Well,
What
who would have picked 7-6 game 1? Who would have picked? I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like,
You.
it's been
Who would have
nuts.
picked Connor Hellebuck to give up, 17 goals in 3 games?
Whatever it is. Like, yeah, it's absurd.
Keep it
So-
going. Make
it going.
Make it a loud conversation going into Game 5. They're down 3 of, do we not start the Vezina winner who has been our rock-solid number 1 for 5 years?
Whew, that'd be a
then
Rick
you
Bonus
sign
special right there. Yeah.
Well, and Rick Bonus is going to one of the keys to this game.
I agree.
Rick Bonus has to figure something out. He's trying with the lineup. As I mentioned, he's changed some things up. He's trying to get something going for his team. and trying to put them in a little bit better positions to generate more offense and to just score.
Yep.
Because 2 goals in the last 2 games, 2 goals isn't going to win you very many playoff games.
And Bucky, you just signed him to an 8-year deal, right?
Yep,
So
you're committed to that guy. On that note, whatever you bet on, whether it be the Avs to score, the over, the under, wherever you're at, make sure you do it with Bet365. And when you do so, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. Look, I think the storylines kind of write themselves a lot depending on how tonight goes, right? The Avs win this, it feels like a mountain of pressure falls onto Winnipeg. If Winnipeg wins this, the pressure probably shifts back to the Avs side of things. They're now, once again, in that lower seed position. They have to go out on the road and win a game.
Yep.
Either way, shape up, show up.
60 minutes, who knows? Might be 65, 70, 70, 85. Who knows, right? It's playoffs, so you got
There's a lot of tingly sensation in this room today about an overtime game.
It feels like that. It does.
And you're starting to see him around the league right now, as you saw last night again. But
as this round has started going longer, you're seeing more of it. Yep.
You got to be ready. You got to be ready to give more than just 60 minutes. It's just like consistency and get yourself ready to go.
All right. I think we're inside 15 minutes to puck drop, so we're going to leave it there on the pregame. We do have a watch-along coming your way in just a few minutes. Tune into that if you want to watch the game with us. Otherwise, at least catch us postgame where we'll break it all down for you, no matter what it is. We appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
We all silly like the mayor.